about this exercise that some of you been in my workshops, and especially people who've been in my training groups, you know this exercise very well. It's a bioenergetic exercise that Dick and I developed. I don't think Lowen did it the way we do it. He did bioenergetics very differently anyway. But it's really about grounding. And I think that all the emotions that are going on, all of the negative thinking, and especially the negative stuff that's coming at us from the news media and all of the devices that we're so attracted to and addicted to, maybe. I personally do not watch any news. I get the news. I get a lot of it from different people. I get everything I need, and I still have to watch my thoughts and their thoughts. And I try not to take in their thoughts because I have enough to deal with my own. But this is a way to work with your body to stay grounded. And I want to tell you an experience I had when Dick and I were first together, and he was at that point traveling without me, and I had 4 children at home and going to college and training with him. So I had a very busy life, but he happened to be in Europe at this time, and I was home with 4 kids, and we all had the flu. And one of my sons started bleeding from the nose, and he couldn't stop it, and I needed to take him to the emergency room, but I was too sick to get out of bed. And I called my mother, who would always come, but she couldn't come. And so I remembered this exercise. I got up out of bed, and it was so hard to just stand there with my knees bent and say all these things, but I did it. And all of a sudden, my energy was in my feet, and I was able to take my son to the emergency room and deal with that whole thing. So this is a really important exercise. I think one of my trainees called me after the last meditation and asked me for my handout on it, and I couldn't find the handout, but I decided that I would do it at this meeting. So I want you, if you are all willing, stand up. I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to just move this so that you can see me a little better as I go back to my stance. I hope you can see my whole body. Can you see me okay, Jason? Are you on there, Jason?
Yeah, I see you fine.
Okay.
You might want to angle it down a little bit more.
A bit more?
Yeah, the iPad a little bit more.
If I can. Whoop. I think that's about it.
That's good. That's much better.
Okay. So you all see me standing with my knees bent, and it's important for you to keep your knees loose. And what I don't want you to do is bounce like this, but take care of your knees. And we all have bad knees. I have bone on both of my knees. I was supposed to have a knee replacement, but I'm not in pain. But when my knee hurts, I move slightly. So you may see me move up or down a little bit here and there. Please take care of your knees. And if you can't do this standing, then sit and push and sit with your feet on the floor and push into your legs, into your feet. So I'm going to start. If you can, I'd like you to close your eyes and just go into your feet. And I'm going to say a sentence, and then I'm going to say it again, and I'd like you to say it with me, even though I can't hear you. You are muted. But as I stand here now, taking a nice deep breath with a long exhalation, I feel my feet. I feel my feet. I feel my feet on solid ground. I feel my feet on solid ground. I feel my ankles. I feel my ankles. My ankles can be strong, and I can make strong choices. My ankles can be strong, and I can make strong choices. So I'm saying it twice so that you can say it with me. I feel my knees. I can release all of the struggles that come my way because my feet will hold me up. I can release all the struggles that come my way because my feet will hold me up. I feel my feet. I feel my feet. I feel my feet on solid ground. I feel my feet on solid ground. I feel my hips. My hips, I feel my hips. My hips can be a strong foundation for my body. My hips can be a strong foundation for my body because I feel my feet. Because I feel my feet. My feet will hold me up. I really feel my feet. My feet will hold me up. I really feel my feet. I feel my diaphragm. I feel my diaphragm. I can take deep breaths and long exhalations. I can take deep breaths and long exhalations because my feet will hold me up. Because my feet will hold me up. I really feel my feet. I really feel my feet. I feel my feet on solid ground. I feel my feet on solid ground. I feel my heart. I feel my heart. My heart can be open to compassion and love. My heart can be open to compassion and love because my feet will hold me up. Because my feet will hold me up. I feel my feet. I feel my feet. I feel my feet on solid ground. I feel my feet on solid ground. I feel my throat. I feel my throat. I can speak my truth. I can speak my truth because my feet will hold me up. I can take my stand because my feet will hold me up. I can take my stand. I really feel my feet. I really feel my feet. I feel my feet on solid ground. I feel my feet on solid ground. I feel my third eye, my pineal gland between my third eye and the back of my occipital, the back bottom of my skull. The middle of that is my pineal gland. I can feel my pineal gland. I can create my life and know my material world and my spiritual world. I can create my material world and my spiritual world. Because in this body, I feel my feet. Because in this body, I feel my feet. My feet will hold me up. I really feel my feet. No matter what, I feel my feet. No matter what, I feel my feet. I can reach out with my arms. I can reach out with my arms. And if someone comes, I feel my feet. And if someone comes, I feel my feet. And if no one's there, I feel my feet. And if no one's there, I feel my feet. I feel my feet on solid ground. I feel my feet on solid ground. I really feel my feet. I really feel my feet. And if you're like me, you're streaming energy and I'm trembling all over. This is a wonderful exercise to get your energy moving and to feel your feet, to feel Mother Earth underneath our feet. Because as some of you know from my groups, there is a column of energy right now under you that goes all the way to the other end of the earth. And you own it right now by possession. You don't have to be anything. You don't have to have riches. You don't have to have a job. You don't have to have anyone there with you. You own this piece of earth and it's always there to support you, no matter what. No matter what, it's yours. And Mother Earth is there. We are part of the divinity of the universe. Everything is divine. Your body is divine. The earth is divine. The waters are divine. So I want you now to put one hand under your other arm and give yourself a hug. Ellen did this, and these are acupuncture points that you're touching under your arm and your other arm, and then just move a little bit. Yeah, really hug yourself. Feels good. Feels really good. Have to touch. Someone said they were missing touch, and yet we can touch ourselves. Now change arms with the other arm under the armpit. Hug again. This is kind of weird, but you know I'm weird. Those of you who know me know I'm weird. Yeah. Hug. Feels good. And shake it out. I'm going to come back and see if I can. Come back to my seat again. Oh. Does anyone want to make a comment on that? Jason, maybe people want to comment on that exercise a little bit.
Yeah, so we are recording, but
Oh yeah, just so they know that we're recording now, this will go on the website.
but if anyone wants to unmute and say anything, go ahead. Feel free.
Hi, it's Ellen.
Hi, Ellen.
Hi.
How
I
was
just wanted, that was wonderful. That was surprisingly satisfying to hug myself. I like the rest of it too, but that was my favorite.
Well, it'll be on the website and you can do it. And I suggest that all of you do it. Go to the website and do it until you know it by heart. And you can make up your own words. I change the words all the time.
Thank you, Cherie.
Cherie, I've never had success with that exercise in all these years I've done it. I've never really felt any different. What am I doing wrong?
You're not breathing and you're not feeling. You have sensations, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I ask people, what are they feeling? They often say, oh, I'm not feeling anything. That's not true because we always have sensations. And the sensations, as you know from working with me, are always either pain or pleasure. Could be minutely one or the other. But I suspect what you're doing wrong is that you're probably in your head thinking about, oh, I'm not doing this right. I don't know. But breathe. Without breath, you won't feel. And so many of us hold our breaths because we don't want to feel. You know, we're afraid of those sensations because sensations will lead to emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't
Right.
feel anything during this whole time? You were standing with your knees bent?
I felt pain in my knee
Oh,
toward the end. I liked the hug a lot.
oh, you like the hug? Well, then you felt
That felt
something.
really good.
Okay. Well, keep at it, Jordan.
I will. I
Keep
will.
trying. And breathe and feel.
Yeah. Actually, it does work occasionally now that I think back. I would say, yeah, when I add like the air and the earth will support me. But sometimes, yeah. Anyway.
Okay. Anyone else? Maybe someone else didn't feel anything.
Well, my favorite part always is the one when you reach your arms out and say, if someone comes and if no one comes, I feel my feet. That's the most powerful for me. Feel the most then.
For me too, because that was always my thing, being the lover structure. I always wanted somebody to take care of me and they weren't there. So that was my important part too. Thanks, Karen.
So where I felt it the most, and it was very grounding, Shri, and I really appreciated that because I can fly off easily. But where I felt it the most was in my hands, and I realized they're so used to touching people that the energy needed somewhere to go, and it was nice to just be able to release it. And so I'm just going to send it out where it's needed.
Thank you. Fritzy, of course your hands would start vibrating because your heart is so open. And remember, the hands are the work organ of the heart. So when the heart opens up, people start to feel their hands. Sometimes they tremble. And remember, everybody else who doesn't know this, I know Fritzy knows it, but the sense organ, the work organ is where we put our energy out from the heart. The sense organ, where we take in energy from other people, is the skin, which happens to be the biggest organ of the body. And when you think, especially right now, when we're sheltered in, we're not getting that touch. And yeah, we're all starving for touch. So hug yourself.
Hi, can I talk?
Sure.
It's Francie. So I found it very satisfying for the first couple of minutes, and then I got so dizzy, I had to sit down, and I'm still dizzy, and I don't know why I feel that way.
Because your energy went up into your head. So are you sitting down now?
Yeah.
I see a Rosie on your lap. Can you put Rosie down?
Well, she wasn't on my lap at that point.
So what I'd like you to do, Francine, is to start stamping your feet. Stamp your feet. Stamp, stamp, stamp. Stamp as hard as you can without hurting yourself.
Okay. I'm doing that.
And breathe, and breathe. That should take away your dizziness.
Okay. But how can I avoid feeling dizzy?
You mean if you do this exercise again? Well, I would suggest if you have that tendency that you stand with a chair in front of you so that you can hold on to it.
Okay.
And then to stamp your feet.
Okay.
While you're doing it. Stamp your feet while you're doing it. That's a great question. Thank you for saying that.
Thank you.
My favorite part was, this is Jackie Sharif. Hi. Was when you said the column, our feet is the earth.
Yes.
And it's the column that goes all the way through the other side of the earth. I love that. I don't know why, but I was like, oh, it's mine. So thank you.
That's our true support, is the earth. We can have big bank accounts, great jobs, wonderful family. All of those can be gone, and some of it is, right, for some people. But that when I feel the earth, I can feel more secure. If I feel my feet and I feel the earth under me. And that's why I did this exercise tonight. I really wanted to offer that to people because it's a wonderful exercise that we should, you know, if you're really feeling insecure, and boy, a lot of us are, in many different ways. And this is an exercise that can make you feel better for the time being. And, you know, it doesn't last because our energy is always moving. And remember, energy goes where we focus. So if my energy is focused into my feet, I'm going to feel secure. If my energy is focused on my exhalation, which goes down, brings my energy down to my feet, I'm going to feel secure, no matter what goes on. But when my energy comes up into my head and into thinking, I'll go negative and I'll feel insecure. It's so simple, but most people do not know those simple truths that really make a difference in our lives. And right now we need these simple truths. Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you. Thank you.
Shri, you keep referring to the website. How is your website titled? Because I'd love to go there and get this.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's titled selfacceptance.us. My trainees created it for me way back. I mean, 20 some years ago, because I was not into computers and all this tech stuff. And I would have probably said selfacceptancetraining.com. And I just got a notice the other day that I could have that for $5,800. Yeah.
Selfacceptance.us.
Selfacceptance.us.
Thank you.
Sure.
If you just Google self-acceptance training Shri McCoy, it'll come up.
Yeah. Thank you,
Also,
Karen.
it's also, somebody put it on the chat. If you look on your screen, there's a chat, and somebody put it there too. The website.
Great. So I guess then it's going to be, oh wow, the time is going. We're going to go over a little bit probably, but I want to talk about this meditation that I'm going to do tonight. It's different from the last one, although my meditation always is with the breath. So when you're meditating, take a nice breath. It doesn't have to be a deep breath, but when you breathe out, hold it out at the end of the breath for a few seconds or longer, because that's what I call the secret of the sages. Most people, when they teach meditation, do not teach this simple thing. It takes the energy down to your feet. And recently, I know that my energy is down in my feet or going down in my feet. I always, at the end, while I'm holding my breath out, at the very end, I go down up into my pineal gland, because I'm trying to create, I am creating by feeling that pineal gland. So that's the instructions if you want to do it that way. There are many ways to meditate. But I want to talk about this particular meditation tonight that I'm going to do, because some of you know that I have this wonderful teacher, Amritananda Mai, who is, her name is, we call her Amachi, and she's known as the hugging saint from India. Her religion is love. That's my religion too. And back in 1917, Amma said that in 2020, we would that the earth already in 2017 was really angry, that Mother Earth was really angry, and that we were going to start to see more and more weather changes and more upsets just in the culture itself. And she said that in 2020, be sure you know where you want to be and be there, because there's going to be something pretty horrific happening. She said that in 2017. And she gave us this meditation. So I want to share it with you tonight. And the meditation is to simply, as you're breathing the way I asked you to breathe, if you want to do that, I want you to visualize white petals of white flowers falling over all the earth, falling on the waters, falling on every sentient being, all the animals and every person alive, blessing them. And I'm going to sing a chant for a while. You can sing with me for a while and then we'll go into silence. And the chant is Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. And it means, it's in Sanskrit. And the meaning, I usually don't like to give meanings because I like the vibration of Sanskrit better. But the meaning is, may all beings be happy and free. So with that, I'm going to start the chant. You can chant with me if you like. I won't hear you because you're all on mute. And then we'll go into silence for 20, we'll do this for 20 minutes, okay? Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. 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 So slowly bring yourself back to your room and to this room. And those of you who were in my workshops last year, maybe a little before, know that I've been really doing a lot of healing in my workshops, utilizing everybody in the group to heal. So I'd like you to open your hands and pretend, because we're all healers. The reason we're all healers is that we have a heart and we have hands. So open your hands out and pretend, i.e. feel your hands, feel your heart, and pretend that you're sending healing to everyone on this Zoom, that everyone who is here in this room needs some healing. We don't know what they need, but send that love to them. Feel your heart exploding with love. Again, pretend. Feel the love you have for someone or something, and send it out of your hands toward all the people here that are gathered. And then let that energy build so that it goes out of your egg, your aura, out into the world, spreading from your house into the house next door, and the house next to that, and next to that, until we envelop the entire world, just like all those white flower petals, healing, healing. We have that power because we are part of the divinity that is in everything. Feel it. Yes, feel it. You can only feel it in your own body, but that energy radiates. And maybe you can feel it outside of your hands, outside of your arms, outside of your head, outside of your heart, in your aura. In space. And so it is. Amen. Thank you all for being here with me. Blessings, blessings to all of you and everything you do for the world.
Thank you, Sheree, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sheree.
Wonderful energy. Thank you.
This is
That
so
was-
beautiful. Thank you so much. And at 8 p.m., all around Fairfax, San Anselmo, Corte Madera, everyone's howls. Howl. Oh! So I'm howling for all of you and all the first responders and all the beautiful people who are risking their lives while we are right now safe in our own homes. I'm blessed, and thank you so much, my friend.
And bless you, Jim, if you're still with us, for what you and your board are doing for the future. Bless you all.
Thank you so much, Cherie.
Hi, Ellen.
Hi.
Ellen.
Hi, Allison.
Love to you.
Love to you too, darling.
I'm so glad so many of you know each other. That's really wonderful.
Thank you, Marie.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Till next time. Thank you again.
See you
Thank
in
you so
June
much.
in Wisconsin.
Yeah, I'll say
Good
yes.
night,
So
Madam.
much, Cherie.
Who is that?
That
Me,
was
Kurt.
Kurt. I'll
Thank you
see you
so
in
much.
Wisconsin. Yes.
Yes.
Hopefully we'll be all through this by then.
Yes.
We will be.
Will be.
All right.
As the Jews say, next year in Jerusalem.
Jerusalem. Yeah, Elle might be watching from Jerusalem. I have a client in Jerusalem. Do you remember Yael? She trained with me and Dick way back in the 70s. She still sees me every once in a while. She's wanting me to come to Jerusalem.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cherie. This was wonderful.
Mwah. Is Jason still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah. Good night, everyone. Okay, I'm going to end the meeting now. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason.